Hey Ann Arbor, Pete Cunningham here, and you'll be happy to know that I got out of a G20 holding cell and am back to bring you some action for the last day of the round of 16.
My mom let me out of the basement. Let's rock.
It's good news. I missed you. Really did.
Too.
Alright, first game of the day, Netherlands versus Slovakia. Netherlands comes away with a 2-1 win and pretty much dominated like everybody thought they would. But don't sleep on Slovakia here. They had their chances. They just couldn't finish, mainly because my man Martin Stecklenburg, email me Martin if I'm mispronouncing that, had a huge game in goal and turned them away at the door when they did have their opportunities.
Yeah, Slovakia had their chances, but so did the Dutch. I mean, that game could have been 4-1. Total football is revving up. They're starting to look good. Dirk Kuyt and the boys marching along.
Okay, and on to their opponent for the next round. They're going to see Brazil, because Brazil came out and absolutely dominated Chile with a 3-0 result. A game that I thought was really fun to watch in the first 30 minutes in terms of how well both teams were moving the ball. But the fact is, Chile doesn't have that finishing touch in the final third, and Brazil, well, they do. They're big, they're physically imposing. As soon as I was thinking how dominant and large these Brazil players were physically, they actually started talking about it on the game cast itself, saying that how tall these guys are, and you could see on the field they were winning every air ball and just were much larger than the Chilean side.
Yeah. Brazilians, just big guys. Big, tough. They're really the class of South America, and they proved it in this game. They dominated Chile in qualifying. They beat them 3-0 and 4-2, and it was more of the same. They'll take this result and keep on rolling. I mean, you really have to consider them probably the hottest team in the tournament right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I picked them to win from the beginning because, you know, I'm a genius. And I just think they really look good right now. And also today, I think I'm going to put a prediction out there. I think the ref we saw in that game is going to be in the final along with Brazil. He just really impressed me today.
Interesting insight there.
It's time for Big Star Brazil!
On to today's games, and we have Paraguay versus Japan. Japan, who looked extremely impressive in their final group stage game, especially Honda on the set pieces, just looking absolutely dirty with the way he was hitting the ball. Despite that, I'm going to keep rolling with the South American teams. They haven't given me any reason not to, and I'm taking Paraguay over the Blue Samurai.
I got on the Blue Samurai bandwagon early, and I'm staying on it until they go down in flames. Japan, after winning their first game on non-Asian soil, first World Cup game, I mean, they're here to stay in this tournament, and I like them in this game. I love how they approach free pieces, and Honda Kasiki, keep up the good work.
Staying with the Nippon. Good stuff. Okay, and then Spain versus Portugal, a game that on paper should be one of the games of this round, but on paper Portugal was supposed to be involved in a couple more games that I thought were going to be great games. Portugal Ivory Coast, Portugal Brazil, and each time they just look uninspired, they look flat, and I've just been disappointed because I know how much potential they have and I'd like to see them play well. It's the elimination rounds, maybe they will, but I'm sticking with Spain. I think David Villa's looked too good. He's going to finish a few, and that's why I'll take the Spaniards.
I can't believe you're not excited for the Battle of the Iberian Peninsula. This guy is. I think Spain's got this game. Their loss against the Swiss was kind of an aberration. They got that game out of their system. I mean, they're the #1 ranked team in the world for a reason, and they're going to prove it. They got too much firepower. I know Portugal's going to want to get defensive with tactics, but Fernando, put one in for me, big man.
Iberian Peninsula. You must have got an A in world history.
B+.
Close enough.
Mail.
First bit of mail comes from Neilio in where else? South Korea.
Big over there.
God, we're huge there. Alright, so Neil writes, what do you think of the World Cup cinematography? I've been very impressed with it so far. There was one free kick replay that brought me to tears. Couldn't agree more, Neil. I've really been impressed with all the angles that they get, and whoever's working the production booth, they really get on the zooms and everything right when they need to. It's just a shame that they don't use this replay to get the calls right, or to let the fans at the stadium actually see these sorts of things.
Keaton and Bob are #1 in South Korea.
Alright, Neil also requests that we give him a catchphrase of the day because he can't understand the Korean announcers over there. And today, Neil, I heard an announcer say that Brazil's diving made him so sick he debated ever listening to samba again. So that's what you're missing out on, Neil.
Oh, yeah. And that brings us to an email we got from John. John's a real all-American. He's got a complaint about diving. Boy, I haven't heard that critique of soccer yet. John's actually got kind of an interesting solution, though, to diving. He advocates a yellow, or not a yellow, not a red, but a pink card for those who are caught diving to I guess, accuse them of being feminine and cheating in a feminine manner. You know, I understand the way Americans play contact sports, the way we're taught to be tough. Diving can be pretty tough on the ice, but it is part of gamesmanship. Part of drawing fouls is part of the game. I don't have a problem with people drawing fouls. I just have a problem with people acting injured afterwards. I mean, that just seems disingenuous.
Yeah, put yourself in position to be fouled. You should be taught that. Cut in front of the defender, go down, but get back up. Just like in basketball, those guys take charges the same way that soccer players take dives, but they don't. The difference is they don't sit and act like they're injured. I haven't seen too many players be casted after the game or anything, so it's just that part of it's ridiculous. So I don't think that pink card's going to happen anytime soon, but maybe a little more strict enforcement of yellows for diving would be nice. So we appreciate the emails. We've got some more that we'll get to next time. And as always, you can contact us at petercunningham@AnnArbor.com. That's petercunningham@AnnArbor.com. As always, I'm Pete Cunningham. He's Bob Gross. We're out.